One of these days, I'm going to get at least my mustache together. I look like freaking Grady. Shoot, I think we even got the same teeth. Oh, man. But, was going to wait to see if anybody going to come on. But, hey, I waits for no one except my family. Forced me to. But, anywho, how y'all doing, folks? People out there who is up and hit play or hit the sound on the autoplay to see what I may be talking about. I have a podcast called Whatever Talk, and I had a sub show called Whatever Talking to Myself, which self-explanatory because I'm here talking to myself. And but of course it implies, well, it doesn't really imply, but the saying is for the I'm talking to whoever takes it interesting as well. I recently been first let me tell you what it's all about. It was just a YouTube thing, but now I'm thinking of revamping the Whatever Talking to Myself into be these spur of the moment live videos. And of course I take them from here and throw them on YouTube as well. But the whole notion of the talking to yourself is frowned upon, and I know I'm not the only one that talks to themselves, which is, again, how you problem solve, people. But I don't mind sharing my thoughts because I'm going to have a conversation about that later. But now, I've been recently on this thing about imagination and programming, which is, but I want to talk about programming. I'm listening to Dave and Chuck, the Freak, and I've been noticing like so much repetition within society that, again, we have this conversation about programming, which in a sense, of course, is programming. We do it with every child that you have. You try to instill. That's what instilling is. You instill things to try to steer them on the right track. Programming. So we all are programmed to a certain extent. But within conversation, I'm hearing like the same thing over and over, or something in the same realm of another phrase over and over. What I mean by that is, I think people say things in conversations because they think it sounds good out loud, or that seems like the right reply from whatever it was that you heard. Well, here's what made me think about that. Well, I'm listening to Dave and Chuck, the Freak, again, and it was some things said about a subject, and Dave said, oh my, he said, oh, ooh, what? I'm, I'm, I pray, I'm glad I don't have friends like that. Or, I pray to God, that's what he said. He said, I pray to God that I'm glad I don't have friends like that, or something like that. And the few things that flew into my noggin when I heard that was, one, why would you pray to God about not having friends like that? And then two, why would you have friends like that if you don't like people like that? And I'm like, so when I heard that, so I'm like, why do people respond with things like that? Like, and I hear it on a very often occasion. Like I said, like I'm hearing things in society, like it's repetition, like, and I've been on like thinking about this whole thing about programming. First, I mean, before I continue, let me put this disclaimer in here about whatever talking to myself is that I am not my thoughts. These are just things I think about. I don't mind sharing my thoughts and hopefully have a conversation about them. Not a debate, conversing. And I would like to, I don't mind sharing my thoughts because I know that I'm not the only one. Like, I don't know for a definitive fact, but going off repetition in society, I can't be the only one going off the lottery of 7 billion plus people. So again, I am not my thoughts. These are just stuff that I think about. I don't mind sharing. My mind can be changed. It's just that I'm going to think about what you're telling me. I'm not just going to oh, okay, that sounds cool. Mind change. Now, continuing with this, like I stated before, is that I hear replies like that in conversations, even for ones I have sometimes. Not saying that I'm the one saying it, but I'm quite sure I probably have too, due to inherent thought process. You know, I grew up realizing that I'm talking, now I'm changing the way that I talk, blah, blah, blah. Anywho, yeah, that kind of bugged me out. Again, it was they were talking about this person who won't, this person talking about his girl won't have sex with him unless she sends their friends a video of them having sex. And that's when Dave said, what? I pray to God. Oh no, I thank God that I don't have friends like this. That's what he said. He said, what? I thank God that I don't have friends like this. And again, I hear replies like that in overhearing conversations, or again, conversations I'm in. And I'm like, man, this program thing runs pretty deep to me. Like, cause why would you pray to God about something like that? And then why would you have friends like that if you don't like these type of people? It's kind of like people think they have to circle themselves around specific stereotypes because it's supposed to be like that or something. Again, I don't know. Again, thoughts. But I want to talk about this other thing that I've thought about this whole thing of you thinking you are the only one going through something. I often hear it like this because it usually comes from an affirmation of some sort that gives you the relief that, whew, I'm glad I'm not the only one going through this right now. One, why would you want anybody to feel the way that you feel if you don't like feeling like that? And then, but this is the major thing that I thought about. I just thought about that just now. But the original thought about that is like, isn't that mighty conceited of you to think that you are the only one going through what it is that you are going through right now? And then mixing those two together is kind of like, you are a person that I don't like. No, no, but it's like, yeah, I just thought about that the other day. It's like, yeah, that's kind of conceited of someone to think that they're the only one going through something right now, which is why I making these talking to myself videos for me myself, you know, as one. And I know that I'm not the only one going through, or not going through, thinking about the stuff that I think about. To the next one, peace out.